In this video, we'll talk about the January 2021 Visa Bulletin. And towards the end of the video, I'll also explain what it means for family members and family-based petitions that are waiting abroad to get their interviews at U.S. embassies and consulates worldwide. Welcome to our immigration channel. Here we share tips, news, updates, and information that help you with your immigration journey. I release videos every single week, so make sure to subscribe to our channel, click that bell to be notified so you don't miss any of our videos. And also give us that big like so YouTube will recommend this video to more people just like you. Let's talk about the Visa Bulletin January 2021. So it's been a few days since the Visa Bulletin was released, and I wanted to make this video to give you a quick update and also maybe provide some predictions as to what's going to happen in the months ahead. So make sure you watch this video to the end, where I'm going to tell you what I think about what's going to happen with family members that are waiting overseas as they are expecting for embassies and consulates to reopen, how this Visa Bulletin is going to impact what's going to happen with those upcoming interviews. So let's dive right in. So if you look at this Visa Bulletin, there's been virtually almost no movement from the Visa Bulletin of December. We've seen a little bit of movement in the family categories, and I'm going to go over it as we look at the chart. But essentially, it's very similar to what we've seen in December. So let's take a look at that chart. So now let's look at the employment-based categories for the final action dates chart. The final action dates determines when an adjustment of status I-45 can be approved, or when an immigrant visa, if you're overseas, can be issued and approved. So let's look at that chart. If we look at EB1 India and China, in December, India was at April 1st, 2019. China was also at April 1st, 2019. There's a movement forward by 5 months, which is good news. EB2, rest of the world, there's no change. It's current. EB2 India moved by 1 week from October 1st to October 8th. EB2 China moved by 1 month from May 1st to June 1st. EB3 rest of the world is current. EB3 India moved by 1 week from March 15th to March 22nd. And EB3 China, December it was November 1st, and now in January it's December 15th. We have a movement of 6 weeks for EB3 China. EB3 Mexico and EB3 Philippines are current. So as you can see, there's been a slight movement forward in certain countries, specifically China and India, but it wasn't that much. It's virtually identical to what happened in December. Now, let's look at the dates of filing for employment-based categories and compare the charts of December and January. The date of filing chart essentially determines when adjustment of status applications can actually be filed. So let's take a look at that chart. One big change that we have in the January Visa Bulletin is that the USCIS has announced that the chart that they're going to be using for adjustment of status in January is going to be the final action dates, which is different from December, which was the dates of filing chart. So that's an important thing to notice as you are planning your adjustment of status cases. So let's look at that chart right now. So as we look at the dates of filing, employment-based categories, EB1 is current all over the world. EB1 India, no change. EB1 China, no change. EB2 is current, there's no change from December. EB2 India, EB2 China, they're stuck at, EB2 India is stuck at May 15, 2011, China is stuck at October 1st, 2016. EB3 is current for the rest of the world. EB3 is current for the rest of the world. So essentially, date for filing employment visa categories is identical to December. So just want to kind of run through this real quick. Let's move and talk real quick about the family-based categories right now. Those are really important because people are anxious to get their visas, and we know as embassies are closed, no appointments are being processed. It's definitely making an impact on the Visa Bulletin, and as a result, you can see that more of a movement on the employment-based categories. But as we get more embassies to reopen, as we get more interviews being scheduled, we're going to be seeing retrogression on the employment side, which we don't see at the moment, but it is definitely coming. So let's take a look for a second at the family-based Visa Bulletin. final action dates. This determines when adjustment of status can be approved and when immigrant visas can also be approved. F1, China and India, no change. If you look at the F1 category for Mexico, there's been December, they were January 8, 1998. They moved to January 15, 1998, 1 week movement. F1 category Philippines, 2 weeks movement forward. December was December 15, 2011, and now we are at January 1st, 2012. F2A is current for China, India, and the Philippines, and it's also current for Mexico as well. So if you're in the United States and you are married to a green card holder, you are able to file your adjustment of status. Right now, it's current. Now let's look quickly at the dates of filing chart for family petitions. Once again, that chart means when you can actually file your adjustment of status application if you are inside the US. F1, China and India, no change. They're stuck at July 22nd, 2015. F1 category Mexico, no change. They're stuck at February 22nd, 2000. F1 the Philippines, also stuck at October 8, 2012. It hasn't changed from December, identical. And the same thing for F2A, China, India, and the Philippines. August 1st, 2020, just like in December. And it's the same for Mexico. So why is there such a movement, a forward movement in the employment-based categories and virtually no movement in the family-based petitions? As many of our viewers are aware, the USCIS offices have been closed for many, many months, and only recently they started to reopen in different phases. And even when they reopened, the process of getting interviews and processing these applications has taken a really long time. They're still experiencing severe delays and backlogs. At the same time, US embassies and consulates worldwide have not really reopened officially. They are reopening in phases, but we still see a lot of people are waiting for their visa interviews, and not too many family visas are being issued abroad. As a result of these closures and delays, fewer visa numbers were used by consulates and USCIS offices. In addition, we see a lower demand for visas because the concerns about the economic situation in the United States. Many employers are pulling back on their plans to file for green cards for their employees as well. As a result, I expect that allocations of employment-based visas is going to go up in 2021, and the reason is because any unused family visas must be allocated towards the employment side. So these are really good news for our employment-based clients, as we're going to see the demand increase for employment-based visas. But the State Department cautious that this is not going to continue forever, and we expect that in the next 2 months or sooner, the F2A category will no longer remain current. Therefore, if you're here in the United States and you're a green card holder and you're married to an immigrant, you need to file for your adjustment of status sooner than later, because that category is going to retrogress and go back by a year or more, who knows, just like it used to be several years ago. So hopefully this information was useful. I think it's important for you to plan your next steps, whether you're inside the US or outside of the United States, to make a decision how you're going to be proceeding with your green card case, whether you're inside the US or outside the United States, whether it's a family petition or employment-based petition. Once again, if you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give us that big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. So if you like this video, watch these 2 videos for more information just like that.